Hello and welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. This video is going to be about the Celtic FC Women side, the Celtic Girls, and so if you don't follow them, this video may not be for you, but there will be a later video today reviewing the Celtic Dundee United 0-0 draw. Yesterday, Celtic's women's side, the Celtic Girls, played Spartans away from home. That was going to be their last game of 2024. The Women's League now goes on a shutdown from today until the 12th of January when Celtic will reopen the 2024 season, 25 season with a game against Partick Thistle. Then over the course of the rest of January they'll have their two games in hand to play, and that will give them a chance to go second in the table if they do win both their games in hand, which are against Aberdeen and Queen's Park, and both of which should thus be pretty comfortable wins. In today's video, just going to have a quick run through of the scorers from yesterday's game, the stats for yesterday's game, and one or two wee thoughts as we end 2024 and go into 2025 for the Celtic women's side. Before we do crack on with the video, just a quick suggestion, encouragement. If you are new to the channel, not yet subscribed, like coverage of the Celtic Football Club, the Celtic Girls side, Celtic in general, please do click that subscribe button. If you do like the video, please do click that like button. It does help with spreading Celtic and the Celtic women's side and women's football to more and more football fans. And do pop your comments into the comment section, keeping things, if you can, pleasant, polite, constructive, with regards to the women's side and maybe how you see the 2025 second half to the season going for the girls. Celtic had a wee tricky last game of 2024 going to Spartans, not always the easiest team and place to play at. Slightly slow start by the girls, however, Celtic did get themselves on top. First goal by Emma Lawton in the 17th minute, quickly followed by a goal by Celtic's main striker, Saoirse Noonan, putting Celtic 2-0 up, and shortly after, Captain Kelly Clark scored to make the score 3-0 at 37 minutes, and that was a lead that Celtic took into half-time. Celtic made one or two wee changes to the team over the course of the second half, trying to add to the lead, but good defence by Spartans and the weather conditions slowed Celtic down until Saoirse Noonan added her second from the penalty spot in the 82nd minute. And just at the end, the scoring was completed when Emma Lawton added her second and Celtic's fifth to round off the scoring at 5-0 win for Celtic. I think Celtic can be very happy with a 5-0 win over Spartans. They are one of the teams who are kind of in that middle section, likely to be avoiding relegation, but certainly not really having any hopes of top six football. And as I said, Spartans can be, on their day, a team difficult to break down, particularly when you're away from home playing at their ground. And so I think Celtic can be happy with 5-0 win, and particularly impressive performances yesterday from Emma Lawton, who has been an excellent signing just at the end of the transfer window, and Saoirse Noonan, the Ireland striker, who has been steadily adding to her goal tally over the course of this season. And in 2025, just hopefully she can get a wee bit more consistency with her finishing and goal scoring skills, as she is a very talented player, two-footed and good in the air and strong on the ball. And so with a wee bit of better service and a bit of consistency with her finishing, I think Saoirse Noonan could be a very important player for Celtic in the second half of the season over the course of January to May 2025. Stats pretty dominant for Celtic, as would be expected. Possession was 64-36. Shots 13-4 for Celtic. On targets 8-2 for Celtic. Off targets 2-1 for Celtic. Block shots, 3 shots were blocked for Celtic, i.e. by the Spartan defence, and Celtic blocked 1 shot by the Spartans players. And there were 3 saves for the Spartans goalkeeper and 2 saves for Chloe Logan, coming back as goalkeeper for the Celtic team just at the end of 2024, having had a spell out with injury. And corners were a very impressive 15-2 for Celtic. So very much shows that Celtic were much the dominant side, tons of possession, tons of shots, and this time they managed to convert 5 of their 13 shots into goals, and so almost 50-50, and so a pretty good return on their dominance in the game. As I was saying at the start of the video, Celtic will have 2 games in hand to play early in 2025. Games will be against Aberdeen and Queen's Park. And if Celtic were to win those games, they would leapfrog Hearts, Hibs and Rangers into second place and be just 3 points behind Glasgow City. Rather surprisingly, Rangers managed to lose 3-0 at home to Hibs. Glasgow City had an impressive 7-0 win, and Hearts, slightly surprisingly, also drew with Motherwell, and so that does give Celtic a good opportunity to get themselves very firmly into the league title fight. If by the end of January, if they do continue their wins in January 2025 with the 2 games on hand and their league games against Partick and against Hearts, which might well be a difficult game, as Hearts did beat Celtic early in the season. The Christmas and New Year break will do the Celtic Girls a power of good. They've obviously been playing often 2 games a week since August, September time with the Champions League qualifiers, initially in Lithuania, and then the 2-legged tie against the Ukrainian champions, and then they've had their 6 Champions League fixtures in the group stage, and so very often they've been playing 2 games per week, and a lot of travel time and a lack of training time, and so I think that's slightly slowed down Celtic's continuity and development this season. With the extra cash coming in from the Champions League, Alina Sidikou has expanded her physio team and her coaching team, which I think is a very positive step. And I do hope that maybe Celtic can bring in a player or 2 on a permanent deal or loan deal in the January transfer window, maybe reinforcing in midfield with maybe a midfield ball winner, as I think we do have quite a lot of creative players in the midfield, but maybe just require that playmaker ball winner in midfield. And I do wonder about another striker to play up front with Saoirse Noonan, with the pace of players such as Kit Lefersky, hoping that she gets fit, Murphy Agnew and Amy Gallagher playing off those 2. Other option that Celtic might look at is to try and get a bit of extra pace out wide. As good a player as Lucy Ashworth-Clifford is, she does lack that wee bit of pace that we had last season. And we're also missing a bit of pace down the right-hand side now that Paula Perdido is no longer with us, having gone back to Real Madrid at the end of last season. And I think Celtic are also missing her pace, or the pace of Lefersky or Agnew down the wide right as an option for getting the ball into the final third. I personally am very positive about how 2025 is going to go for the girls. I think the Christmas and New Year break will allow Alina Sidikou to look at the squad, look where things need to improve, develop new training plans and development plans for the squad, working with her two coaches, and also I think the having two physios now will be a big bonus to Celtic, as match fatigue, match injuries, etc., are an important thing for Celtic to avoid in the second half of the season. And hopefully we can get one of the long-term injury casualties, Kit Lufarski, back on the pitch, because I think she is a tremendously important player for Celtic, with her great pace, her ability on the ball, and also her ability to score goals and create goals, which was a big factor in last season's successes, and also a factor in us doing so well in the Lithuanian double-header qualifier earlier this season too. So, looking to see whether Elina Saidiku can add a player or two on loan or permanent deals in January, just to further increase the squad. And I think also she's going to further develop the very talented players such as Emma Lawton, Shannon McGregor, Saoirse Noonan, Morgan Cross, and hopefully get players such as Caitlin Hayes, Kelly Clark, Amy Gallagher, Colette Kavanagh, Natalie Ross, all performing consistently at their best, as many of Celtic's squad have been a wee bit inconsistent and off and on in their form and performances over the first part of this season. That finishes things off for today's video. Also will be the last Celtic Girls video of 2024, as the team, as I said earlier on, isn't back in action until January the 12th. To finish off, just a wee polite suggestion, encouragement. If you are new to the channel, not yet subscribed, please do click that subscribe button. It would make me so happy just to have one or two more new subscribers every day as we go into the Christmas holidays. If you have liked the video, please do click that like button, and as I said, do pop your pleasant, polite thoughts, opinions, comments, theories into the comment section regarding the Celtic Girls. And so until the next Celtic Girls video, which will be in 2025, happy Christmas, happy New Year, goodbye, and hail, hail.